your comment section isn't a vanity metric anymore. It's the engine driving the algorithm and is now helping how part of your content gets seen. Hey, and welcome back to the Social Media CX podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Sellas, CEO of B Squared Media, author of Conversations That Connect. And today I'm introducing a concept I've been building on for a while now. I'm even naming my second book after it. It's called Return on Conversation. Here is the short version. Your social media platforms are not rewarding your content. They're rewarding your conversations. And almost no one is measuring this correctly yet. So let's fix that today. Every major platform, LinkedIn, Meta, TikTok, has quietly rebuilt its algorithm around one thing, which is a meaningful engagement. This doesn't mean likes. It has nothing to do with follower count. It's all about meaningful engagement. What is meaningful engagement? Comments, shares, sends. So like when you send a meme, a funny meme, I do this all the time. It's called pebbling, actually. I do this all the time with my sisters. But that is meaningful engagement. And why this is so important is because a like really doesn't take any effort. Think about what the platforms want. They want dwell time. They want people to spend, I think we spend like 8 hours a day on social media, which is a lot. But they want you spending basically 24 hours a day, if possible, on those platforms. So a like takes no effort. It doesn't help with dwell time. A comment, however, takes effort. And when that comment gets a reply, and that reply gets another reply, the platform reads that thread as proof that your content is worth showing to more people. Every back and forth extends dwell time. Every extended dwell time earns more reach for you and your content. Same with saves and shares. If you're saving something, you're signaling to the algorithm that it's so important that you want to go back to it at some point later. Sending that meme, pebbling, sending stuff to people, again, telling the algorithm, hey, this is so important that I want to send it to other people in my life. So what does this mean? It means that your comment section isn't a vanity metric anymore. It's the engine driving the algorithm and is now helping how part of your content gets seen. So when I say measuring return on conversation, what does that mean? Essentially, it's the measurable value that's generated when a brand treats every comment, reply, or DM as a data point rather than decoration. Let's be honest, a lot of brands out there still not responding to the comments they receive on social. And this is the shift that is going to help move you from counting engagement, which is great, but I really want you tracking what that engagement actually produces for you. Is it visibility? Is it retention? Is it revenue, right? What is the outcome of that engagement on the post? And I want to be clear with you, this isn't engagement is nice to have. It's engagement is the leading indicator your CFO should already be watching, or your VP of marketing or your CMO. At B Squared, we built something called the Care Flywheel to make this concrete. There's 3 stages in the flywheel and 1 center. And the 3 stages you're probably very familiar with if you're a marketer are attract, which is where every conversation you start, you're creating conversational content that's asking people to converse with you on social. And every one of those conversations that you start brings a stranger or strangers into your orbit. That is the beginning of connection and hopefully a relationship. Then we have engage. This is that back and forth, the follow-up question or the reply that keeps the thread alive. This is where trust gets public, by the way, especially around customer experience. And it's where anyone scrolling past can see how your brand actually treats people. So it is your customer experience reputation, that engage piece. Then we get to delight. And this is the moment you go above the expected response and turn a customer into an advocate. And if you look at the center of all three, we have customer care. Every single interaction inside that flywheel is also a signal. A complaint in your comments is a churn risk that you just found early. It is a gift, y'all. A product question in your DMs might be a sales signal that your marketing team doesn't even know exists yet. Nobody's marking that as an MQL or SQL, marketing qualified lead, sales qualified lead. Public advocacy from a happy customer, or brand love as we often call it, is loyalty proof you didn't have to pay for. No influencer program can beat user-generated content or that brand love or that public advocacy. That is return on conversation in action. Sure, you're managing the channel, but you're also mining signals that your CRM probably never sees. So here's the business case for you. Let's talk dollars, because conversation, I know this and in doing this for as long as I have, that it sounds a little soft. But that's only because you're not attaching that meaningful engagement to outcomes. So I want you to think about what those outcomes of those conversations could and should be. Churn reduction, so when you're helping that person, saving that customer in your comments or DMs, is return on investment. You save recurring revenue. You're saving customer lifetime value, helping it increase. At enterprise scale, so a lot of our social care clients are enterprise clients, that churn reduction adds up really fast. The other thing I want you to think about is that loyalty is also return on investment. Customers who feel heard spend more over their lifetime. They refer others to buy from you, and they cost less to retain than to go acquire someone new. So loyalty and keeping your audience engaged and loyal is a big part of return on investment through social. The last thing I want you to think about is ad efficiency is ROI. So a lot of our clients, a lot of you are probably spending paid dollars to help boost your organic efforts. And strong engagement, I don't know if you know this or not, hot tip, strong engagement on social actually lowers your cost per click and cost per impression, which means your paid budget works harder because your organic conversation is doing some of that lifting. Without that engagement, you're paying more and it's going to be harder to get your paid media results. Brands that engage well on social see a revenue lift of somewhere between 20 to 40% in revenue. Yeah, big stat. This was in not this year's State of Social Care report, but last year's. You can find those. Just research B Squared Media State of Social Care report. You'll be able to find those, download them. They're free. Check them out. We have seen this also firsthand through the work that we do with our clients, and the financial impacts that happen because of these things can help you put in your dashboard, your reports, your deck for your CMO, your CFO. And one last piece I want to talk about, and it's the reason return on conversation to me matters more than ever in this day and time. And that is that AI answer engines, so ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, they are increasingly pulling from public conversations. It's not just your website. They are pulling from these social media open forum public conversations when they decide how to represent your company to someone who's asking a question. So if there's a well-handled public complaint with a genuinely helpful reply and real back and forth happening in the comments, that's becoming training data for AI, or how AI describes your brand to a prospective customer who has probably never even been to your site. Katie Arts and I just talked about this in depth, by the way, in the last episode. So if you didn't watch that one, go and check it out because we dive deeper into that whole social media and AI answers conversation. This means, y'all, that your comment section isn't just an algorithm signal or even a customer experience opportunity anymore. It's now also helping shape your AI visibility. So algorithm, CX, AI, it's like trifecta. Why isn't everyone doing it? I don't know. If your public conversations are thin, generic, or let's be honest, non-existent, you're handing AI tools very, very little to work with when someone goes into that large language model and asks something like, is this, enter your brand here, good at customer service? If your conversations are rich, specific, and human, you're feeding that exact kind of content that gets surfaced to the AI. If it's thin, it's got nothing. It's going to recommend someone else. This is a bigger topic than this segment can hold, but the takeaway is simple. Return on conversation, or ROC, isn't just about customers anymore. It's about how AI represents you to your next customer before they ever say a word to you. If you want to start tracking ROC, or return on conversation, instead of just watching it happen like so many of us are doing, stop posting and ghosting. That's number one. We shouldn't be doing this anyway. I can't even believe I'm saying this in the year 2026, but stop posting and ghosting. Reply, ask follow-up questions. Keep that thread alive. Then I want you to tag your conversations by intent, those outcomes. Is this a potential buying signal? Is it acquisition? Is it saving someone from churning? Retention? Is it brand love and advocacy? That's how you can start seeing the patterns. Just quick tags to those conversations. Now you've got all kinds of data about buying signals, gain, retention, retain, and again, brand love. I also want you then, if you're doing all of that, fantastic, by the way, if you're doing all of that, gold star claps, snaps, pats on the box. You're already doing this though. Now I want you to upgrade your responses. So instead of a generic, thanks for reaching out, that earns nothing, by the way, try a specific human reply that earns trust on a longer thread or creates a longer thread. Train your team to treat every comment as a signal rather than a box to check or a task to clear or a ticket to create and close. If this concept resonates with you and you want more of it in your inbox, that's exactly what our Social Care Weekly newsletter is for. Every week, I break down one social care concept like this one with a real story, real data, and one thing you can act on immediately. There's no fluff. It's literally built to be super actionable, and I give you step-by-step instructions on how to do some of these things like return on conversation we're talking about today. You can sign up at bsquared.media/newsletter or find the link below. I'm pointing down if you're listening and not watching, but find the link in the show notes. Here's what I want to leave you with today. Your comment section isn't decoration. It's not a vanity metric anymore that you should just check on and forget. It is the flywheel driving your reach. It's the customer experience goldmine hiding those voice of customer or customer signals. And increasingly, it's training ground for how AI talks about your brand to people you haven't even met yet. Return on conversation is the metric that connects all three of those things, and it's sitting right there in your notifications tab, waiting for someone to actually read it and do something with it. I would love to hear from you. What's one comment or DM that turned into something much bigger? Maybe it was a sale, or maybe you saved a customer, or it was a piece of feedback that changed your strategy. Drop it in the comments wherever you're listening or watching this, or give me a shout out on LinkedIn, because I do watch and respond to all of my comments, questions, and DMs. Until next time, think conversation, not campaign.